Hello, my elk friends. For today's reading, of course, we are starting off with the elk, and then we will get into the cards that help you decide whether or not this is your reading. If you don't have, maybe the elk will be enough for you, maybe not. Okay, so elk, stable, resilient, headstrong. The great elk represents the earth element. It provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. An elk personality is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. To me, that sounds like you would be someone who is very authentic. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold these values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. When in balance, supportive, kind, consistent. When out of balance, pretentious, high, and mighty. To bring it to balance, eat and drink more consciously. Interesting. Now, the tea leaf cards. To help you determine whether or not this is your reading, we start off with teardrops. So, a great personal sorrow. And July. Maybe it happened in July. Maybe July is referring to something else. It could be in the past or the future. Then we have bags, something important, significant, a new job or a raise, and plenty of material things. So you have what you need, whether you feel that way about it or not. And you also have fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate, and a broken bridge. So, it sounds to me like this passion has led to something being destroyed. Some sort of a relationship or connection. Not really a lot of information on that, but maybe that will come out in the reading. Now, before we go into the reading, I pulled a couple of message cards. These first one is honor yourself. Recognize the hard work you've put in to get where you are today. Instead of thinking how far you still have to go, remind yourself of all that you've accomplished and be proud. Then we have understanding. Understanding is the key to getting inside another person's head. Everyone has his or her own story and situation. Try to look at things from the other person's point of view. Also, I think you need to give yourself understanding as well. If you need to be reminded to honor yourself, then maybe you need to spend some time understanding yourself as well. All right, that's just a side message. I haven't decided how I'm going to work with these cards, so we shall see. All right. I did want to look at this strong emotion and the broken bridge. What do you need to know about it? They are right next to each other, which supports the idea that they're connected, and it would make sense. Strong emotions, fire, could definitely lead to a broken bridge. So, what about this fire and this broken bridge? That's very interesting. Your first card out is the Five of Pentacles. But it's in reverse, which if you're going to get the Five of Pentacles, you want it in reverse. And the other cards are hiding. Sorry, this is going to make a mess. Next, Eight of Pentacles, the grind phase. I think of people as gems. We all have many, many facets. And each of these facets needs to be polished in order for the light to come through and for them to be fully developed and understood and worked with in a healthy, productive way. But it takes a lot of work to grind away all the crud on these facets. And that's what the Eight of Pentacles is about to me, this grinding away phase. It's really uncomfortable. Tedious. It feels like it lasts forever. And then we have the Nine of Wands. So that's generally feeling weary, wary, beat up by life. Maybe life has been grinding you. You haven't been grinding yourself. Life has been grinding you. And yet, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. That's very interesting. Because the Five of Pentacles in reverse is about overcoming your lack mindset. So you felt like you were left out in the cold. But now you have a different perspective on it. A different attitude towards it. But we have this King of Cups in reverse. Not a good thing. So the King of Cups in reverse. This is really toxic. Toxic masculinity. So out of touch with your emotions. Yeah, you're in control of them in the sense that you've totally suppressed them. Deny their existence. Nothing healthy about that. Given all this fire, I guess it's a good thing you're in control of your emotions rather than letting them drive you into acting, or acting out, I should say. Hopefully you're not acting out. Well, maybe you are. So, this burnt bridge, or broken bridge, it's next to a fire. I keep thinking burnt, okay? I get the feeling that you have been this King of Cups in reverse. You have denied your emotions. You have denied your emotional dishonesty, perhaps. And the Tower came along and destroyed everything. And now you have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So now you are taking a good hard look at this past. And you're not, it's unpleasant. I don't do comfortable readings, so I'll understand if this is not something you want to continue with, but I'm not here for the easy stuff. So, passive-aggressive game playing, depression, a tendency to be spiteful and sulky. Perhaps you went so far as to seek vengeance, and this is how the broken bridge came about. It's certainly turned into a lot of illumination for you. Although I doubt you've welcomed it. Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords in the upright is about anxieties and fears. The Nine of Swords in reverse, you've gone so far that the anxieties and fears are starting to become real. Because our thoughts do become real because we make them real. we act as if they are real until they actually do become real. In the past 10, 15 years in the US, there's been a lot of lying on the part of prominent figures. And a lot of people who accepted those lies and repeated those lies over and over and over and over again until those lies developed some element of truth to them. And I think that's the same phenomenon is at work here. Look at these, all these reversed cards in this row. Column, rows, columns. And now here you are. Okay, so Two of Wands. A lot of thinking has been going on, a lot of analysis, planning, strategizing, but I'm seeing mostly thinking about the things you wanted, maybe still want. You probably thought you were a King of Cups, not in the reverse, in the upright. You thought you were a king in a really positive way. A king meaning a ruler of your emotions, not anything male. I mean, you could be male, doesn't matter, male or female. You thought you were a ruler of your emotions, and that was really wonderful and positive. I mean, look, that's not entirely your fault. We live in a society that tells us that having emotions is a weakness. But you did have emotions. You just denied their existence, and that caused a lot of problems because you didn't deal with them. And now I think you have discovered that you are in reality a Page of Cups. You are a seed. Seeds send out roots, and then they send out stems. The stems send out leaves. And depending on what kind of plant you see yourself to be, you may send up a trunk, or it may develop into a trunk. You could turn into an oak. Something to remember if you are feeling down and discouraged about being a seed, and I think you are, because we have the Nine of Wands up here. So this is wounded, weary, so that tired and cautious, maybe a bit paranoid. Understanding yourself, understanding your own dishonesty. And trying to figure out where to go from here. Starting over. Realizing that you have behaved in a way that is not what you thought it was. It's not the end of the world. It might feel like it right now. But you see, the page is a beginning. You're a seed. Seeds become oaks. You have the potential now. That's what pages are, potential. You have potential now to become something much, much greater. Remember the message about being understanding, not only towards others, but towards yourself. Maybe especially towards others, but maybe especially towards yourself. Let's see. I put those cards back, didn't I? Ah, yes. Honor yourself. Don't forget to do that as well. To go from this to this, it may feel like a step backward, but it's really not. This was nothing good. This has the potential to be much greater. So you have potential now that you didn't have here. Oh, yes. All right. This is interesting. Anyway, first card out. Sunrise. Happy beginning. New day, darkest before dawn, hope, clarity. You are seeing the obstacles and you will overcome them. And that will allow you to have so much more, be so much more. It may feel like a delay. It may feel like you're nowhere near where you expected to be, wanted to be, thought you would be. And this feels, I can see that this feels like a massive backward step. This head of the pack being successful. Well, we all have that, don't we? Hopefully you didn't have this domination idea about success, but I understand it's very, very common in our society. It's not healthy, but it's common. Then we have strategic planning, gaining momentum, but you also feel weighed down, restricted. You have all this baggage from your reverse King of Cups days, and it has to be resolved. Delicate. You feel delicate. This is the glass heart. So we still have matters of the heart on your mind. Or perhaps you feel like your heart is made of glass. You feel so vulnerable. You may feel the need to apologize, or you may need to feel the need for an apology, or both. But you are really rising above your past. You're in a transition period. So there's changes. You're really connecting to your spiritual side, I think. Higher self, third eye. Maybe you're becoming a visionary in whatever sense that means for you. If you are we have luck. Happy coincidence, unexpected rendezvous, a flame. I need some clarification on that card. Oh, this is odd. So we have a reward. I'm moving this up here just because I'm trying to clarify it. It says lifetimes. Something from the past. It also says take it slow. Something enduring is distinguished. So this card, it says short-lived. This card says enduring, long-lasting. So perhaps you have some impatience. We have, again, stable and enduring, anchored, solid, steady. So there's a real desire for something solid. But what is this clover about? Surprise, opportunity. Wild card. you wanting shortcuts? I mean, it's normal to want shortcuts, but they're not. Everything here is suggesting a shortcut is not the way to go. A radical break from the past. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And we have intuition, subconscious, adrift, separation, romance. What kind of romance do you want? A short-lived fling or something enduring and long-lasting? Maybe that's your question. I don't want to say anything yet. Yeah. Are you wanting to rebuild that bridge that you burnt? Or broke? Oh. Wow. All right. I was going to stop with this one, but 3 more just came out, so hang on. All right, so there's definitely a desire for reconciliation, and yet there's this isolation. Estranged separation, and still you feel committed. But you are discovering something really, really important. We have the hummingbird next to the compass. You are discovering your way forward. You're discovering yourself. So there's something within yourself. You're discovering resilience. You're discovering where to go to be positive. Negativity may have been a real problem for you. We did start off with the 5 of Pentacles, even if it was in reverse. But you are finally finding your way. And you may be impatient to get there quickly, but enjoy the journey. Remember, small steps. Hummingbirds are very, very small. They achieve amazing things. Nobody quite knows how they do all the things that they do. But it's not because they're big and strong and impressive. So, I think I would like to wrap this up now with, let's see, which one do we want to go with? I think I'll go with the Wisdom of the Oracle. One last message for you. You're obviously very, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Is there something else you'd like to address besides this bridge? Or something you should be addressing? We got 2. Message in a bottle and flexible. Very interesting. 15 and 19. Starting with 15, message in a bottle. I opened right up to 19. Okay. Message in a bottle. Essential meanings. Communication. A sign. A Cledon. The ancient name for a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker. Okay. All right, so pointing the way to your highest good. So this is not about... I'm really getting the message that this is more about your highest good, becoming a better person, a better version of yourself. The Oracle's message. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction, and you did have that compass. Keep your ears open, for someone might say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. Protection message. Are you refusing to acknowledge the signs because you want things as you want them? Red flags are not pretty decorations for you to admire. They are warning you for a reason. If something doesn't sit right with you, trouble could be hiding in the bushes. Don't ignore the signs. Spirit always has your best interests at heart and will draw your attention to what you are overlooking. That's what I'm getting. That you're overlooking something. Flexible. Essential meanings. Teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. The Oracle's message. A tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. Protection message. When you or someone else becomes too rigid, you lose the access to growth and untapped potential, and find yourself in an us versus them scenario. Loosen up. Open your mind and heart and see if a more flexible approach feels better. Rigidity will set you up for a fight where there are only losers and no winners. Could you find a way to bring about a result that is mutually beneficial? Meet in the middle. Spirit makes a great mediator. All right. That is your reading. I think you are at a very interesting point. I'm thinking of the reading I did earlier today with the Strength card applies to you. Well, you can look it up if you want. I believe, which one was it? Well, they're short, so in any case, I am wishing you all the best. I'm wishing you flexibility and signs that you can understand. Make sure if you are asking for signs, you may specify that they be signs you can understand. That's what I do. Good luck.